Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and today we are wrapping up our Tea Time Talk. This is part 2 of beauty standards in society. And I know exactly what you're thinking. You don't even have to say it. You're probably thinking, okay, Steph, why did we need a part 2? Like, why was one video not enough? What is the big deal on this topic of beauty standards in society? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be answering in today's videos. Now let's be real for 1 second. We probably all know that person, that friend, who she is just always perfect. Like, her hair is always amazing. Every time we see her, her makeup is literally perfect and her outfits are always great. Or that one guy who literally his shoe game is crazy. He probably never goes a week without getting a haircut. Or that one person we follow on Instagram who is always in the gym, literally fitness obsessed, so disciplined, and literally is our body goals. And maybe these people are a little bit obsessive about beauty. And sometimes we wonder, why are they doing all this? Like, it's great, but maybe they're just doing a little bit too much. And trust me, if you don't have that friend, you know, it's probably you. I'm just saying, it's just a suggestion. It might be you. But if it is you, congratulations, bro or sis. You might be onto something. You know why? Because the fact of the matter is, society is a lot more kinder. They treat people who fit those beauty standards, who are more attractive, better. And not only is that my opinion.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Now, according to certain studies that I have taken the time to research, because, well, once a psych major, always a psych major, am I right? Okay. Well, anyway, not only is this my opinion, but this is actually fact. And I know that we all have kind of been exposed to at least the idea that people who are more attractive get treated better. We probably don't know these exact statistics, which is why I'm about to educate you right now. So you can call me the bus driver, because I'm about to take y'all to school. Attractive applicants actually have a higher chance at getting a job than their less attractive applicants. And they have a higher chance at earning a higher salary than their less attractive coworkers. And one study actually found that taller men actually receive $600 more per inch than their shorter coworkers. Secondly, in court, attractive people are found guilty less often, and if they are found guilty, they actually have less severe punishments. And last but not least, attractive children are more popular not only with classmates but also with their teachers, and their teachers actually give them higher grades or better evaluations and expect more of them, which means that the more cuter kids work harder because their teachers believe in them more, push them more, and actually give them better treatment. But wait a minute, okay? This is not like true in every single scenario, and there are certain exceptions. So don't think that just because you're cute, you can commit a crime and not have to pay. You're going to jail. And just because you're adorable, your professor is not going to give you a better grade. You still have to work hard. But these results and this research is still interesting for us to pay attention to because it alerts us of a general trend of there being a bias towards more beautiful people in society. Now we know that society gives so many more benefits to people who they consider more attractive. We finally understand why people around us are trying so hard to meet these beauty standards by society. But you know what's actually hilarious? The gag is beauty standards today are extremely high. They're more unattainable than they've ever been, which is why we see so many people doing so many adjustments to themselves in order to meet these beauty standards. So now, moving on the discussion, continuing the discussion, why is it that we continue to meet these beauty standards and to try so hard if they're actually unattainable and unrealistic? Well, you probably know the answer That's right, social media. Everyone has social media. And so we're seeing so many images every single day of these really, really beautiful, attractive people. Some of them are just born naturally leaner, or some of them have actually done a lot of enhancements in order to get to that beauty standard. But we sometimes can't even tell the difference. And so because we're constantly looking at these images, and as a matter of fact, we see these images of these really beautiful people more than we actually see images of normal people, like our friends, our family, and people across the street. So that makes us think that actually this beauty is more common than what it really is, or that it's more attainable than what it really is. And so that kind of messes with our mind a little bit. And in the panel, I actually talk about how important it is to watch who you follow, because who you follow on social media actually changes your perception of beauty. I think on social media, whoever you follow has an impact on you. And so if you're following people that are striving to these unrealistic beauty standards, right? People who are no, I'm serious. If you're following these fast fashion brands, half of their bodies are not real. And another thing that's really crazy, this is so insane, is today's standard for, I guess, the ideal thinness in beauty will actually only be achievable by 5% of women today. Like, only 5% of the women today are naturally born thin and lean the way that beauty standards actually consider more attractive. So it makes complete sense as to why there's a lot of women nowadays, or also men, who feel the pressure to meet up to these standards, but for some reason they just can't meet them. So it's interesting because in the panel, my best friend actually talks about how she herself felt that pressure, like to be thin when that naturally wasn't, what she was.
So even though I knew I wasn't like big as a house, like I still felt no, like for all this, I still felt like bigger, and like even I was literally small, but I just felt like I was like, oh no, like let me not eat too much. Like I don't want to like gain weight.
You know what? I can jump on that.
I can too.
And this is all really, really interesting, and I think it leads us to the conclusion of this video and the conclusion of the discussion of beauty standards in society. We are now left with this one question of, okay, now that we know that being beautiful and considered more attractive in society does have benefits, well, how hard are we gonna work to get to that standard of beauty? And that's a question that all of us have to answer for ourselves. Some of us naturally fit that standard and we don't have to work too hard, but others of us seem to have to work harder. So in my opinion, I personally don't think that there's anything wrong with changing yourself to a certain extent to fit the beauty standard. I mean, let's be honest here. This is not my real skin. I have makeup on and this is not my real hair. So I don't necessarily think it's wrong to really, have that concern for how you look. And the fact of the matter is, when you look better, you actually perform better. It benefits your mental health to actually put your best foot forward and to present yourself in the best way possible. My problem is, I feel like today that concern, that natural concern that all of us humans have, has kind of turned into some sort of weird obsession, to the point where we literally feel like, okay, we are not enough unless we're doing these certain things. Like, it's not enough for us to be able to just go outside with our normal face. We have to go outside with makeup on every single day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't afford to literally just have a chill day where we just go outside in like gym shorts and like a normal tee for guys. Like, they feel like they need to be this amazing guy that has like all these abs and like is fresh all the time. Like, I just think that it's a problem when we find our worth in how we look and in our physical attributes. Like, we have to be able to find our self-confidence in things that are a little bit deeper than just how we look physically. And this is why it's so important for, I think, us to remember that, hey, like, our value and our beauty and our worth as men and as women comes from the fact that we literally have been uniquely created by God. He didn't create us like with any flaws. You know what I mean? He created us beautifully for a really, really good purpose. And he made each and every one of us unique. Sometimes society shuns, those unique characteristics that we have, but it's a part of what makes us us. I think that it's really important for us to constantly remember what our identity is in Christ. And our identity in Christ is the fact that we are all valuable just because God made us. Of course, we have certain really beautiful physical attributes, or we have these really amazing accomplishments, but we're not valuable because of our looks or because of our accomplishments. We're valuable just because of who we are. And we don't have to do anything to change ourselves to be more valuable. I think, of course, sometimes society makes us feel like that, but that's not the truth. And we cannot continually put this pressure on ourselves to continuously feel like we, in our natural selves, are not good enough. All right, guys, I know you're probably tired of hearing me talk about beauty, so this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, which is gonna be a really fun challenge video, okay? And I have another guest, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be super light. It's not a tea time talk. It's just a fun time. So join me for that. I'm really excited, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.